Hi, I'm Ray Green, Project Director here with Roberts Family Development Center. We're a nonprofit agency here in Sacramento serving with the Black Child Legacy Campaign in honor to reduce African American child death by 10 to 20% here in Del Paso and North Sacramento. We're excited because we have a host of resources where we engage families, we empower families, and we equip them with resources in the community. Not only that, we have after-school programs and preschool ranging from kindergarten all the way to high school. And I'm really excited to be here today in honor of this effort.
And I'm Nikisha Henry with SacCulturalHub.com in partnership with the Loving Brown Babies campaign. And I actually had an opportunity to speak with some of those parents who are a part of that campaign and share with us how valuable that resource is to this community. I am here with new mother, Dashanae Matthews, who is a part of the Loving Brown Babies campaign. And we have her little superstar here, little Mr. Dakari. He is only 1 week old, correct?
Yes.
1 week old. So, Dashanae, you're a participant of the Loving Brown Babies campaign. How long have you been a part of this movement?
About 3 months.
3 months, okay. And can you share with us a little bit about what your experience has been? Because obviously you were still pregnant
Yes.
with Dakari. So what has your experience been while you were pregnant and now that you've already had Dakari?
Well, before I was doing a lot of volunteer work, so
Okay.
now I'm just in the house.
Okay.
Now I'm just in the house with them all day
Mm-hmm.
and just sit there and play with them all day, and that's it really.
Okay. Now, how has it been, the transition? You know, because a lot of times when you're a part of certain programs, they prepare you for what motherhood is going to be, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of resources, I'm assuming, that were shared with you.
Yeah.
But now that Dakari is here, how have you been able to cope, you know, being a single parent and caring now for this little cutie pie?
Well, I have a lot of help.
Okay.
I have a lot of help
Mhm.
through some of the community people and my family.
Awesome.
So I have a lot of help with my mom, my brothers, sisters, his godparents.
Awesome. And then does he have, so this is your first
Yes.
and only child,
Yes.
right? Okay.
No more.
But I think you said previously for right now, right? Or you're pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure. Now, why should mothers be involved with the Loving Brown Babies campaign? Tell us about some of the benefits and why they should become involved themselves.
Because you're not alone. You got support. You could get things that you need when you can't afford it, or things that you need that you think you just can't get. So I got a lot of help through that with a car seat, crib, clothes,
Oh,
diapers.
wow, that's awesome.
So I got a lot of help through that.
Okay.
And
So it's now, are there meetings? How does the program work?
classes, some classes. Like I went through Birth and Beyond for a class for a car seat, so I got
Okay.
a car seat. Some of the communities helped me with a crib, and they help with a lot of stuff.
Awesome. So little Dakari he's set. He pretty much has everything
Yes.
he need thanks to the Loving Brown Babies campaign. That is awesome. Dashanae, what has been one of your best experiences with the birth of Dakari?
Well, going natural. No epidural.
Wow.
Yeah, I went.
She's a superwoman.
My water broke at 3:30 that morning, and
Uh-huh.
we went to the hospital about 8 o'clock. And so they asked me if I wanted the epidural, and I was like, no, I'm going to try it. By the time I hit 8 they was like, are you sure you want it? I was like, yes. So when I gave labor, they called me Spider Woman because
Yeah,
I
you
was
are amazing.
climbing, and it was painful. All I did was call my mom. I had a lot of people there to support me.
Mm-hmm.
It was, my sister was in the room, my cousin, his stepfather, and my mother. So I had a good support team, and the nurses were also kind to me and stuff.
Wow. So all natural. No epidural,
No epidural.
nothing like that.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
That
I was
is amazing.
breastfeeding, so that was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So but again, like you said, having all of the support definitely plays a
Yeah.
big role.
Yes.
What would you say has been the biggest challenge for you so far?
Sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to
Okay.
sleeping a lot. Now I'm more on the schedule with him.
Mm-hmm.
So sleeping and
So what's his, he's only a week old, so
Yes.
he's still trying to figure
Yeah.
it out too. But what would you say is Dakari's pattern right now?
He normally goes to sleep around 8 at
Okay.
night. Then he'll wake up around 1 to eat. Then he'll use the bathroom. Then I change him, and then he'll go back to sleep and wake up around 5. And I will just stay up since.
So he sleeps for about 4 hours?
Yes.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
For a newborn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you can describe your little king in 3 words, what would they be?
Amazing, handsome. I don't know. My life.
Awesome. That was 4, but we'll take that. Amazing, handsome in your life, and he is all of that.
Yeah.
And Dashanae, now you've recently lost the father of Dakari. And first of all, I just want to say, on behalf of Sac Cultural Hub and LovingBrownBabies.com, we send our condolences to you and your family for that loss. How has that been for you? Caring for Dakari, this new baby, but no longer having his father here to be supportive in that with you.
I've been dealing with it. Like I talked to, when I found out about the news, my sisters, my brothers, even my whole family had talked to me about it. It was like, oh, how do you feel? And I'm like, well, I feel fine. If I stress about it, it's gonna stress him out. So it was not to do is stress about it. So it was kind of hard not to stress about it because I had the baby to worry about.
Right.
So now he's here. Actually people's coming through with it now. His grandma, his grandmother is starting to talk to me more. She checks up on him every day.
Wow.
So she actually came to the hospital the day he was born, 2 hours after he was born. So with my
Awesome.
family, they talk to me all the time about it. So.
Yeah, and that's awesome because now you have little Dakari as an extension. So sometimes we lose things,
Yeah.
but there's always a gift in return for that. And
Yeah.
with that gift, you have Dakari. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
This is Hassie Tice, and she's also here from Sacramento. And let me just give a plug for Grant High School. She's a Grant High School alum. How are you today, Hassie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. Now, you have, your son is about to be 8 months old
Yes.
on Monday, correct? Okay, so you have a little experience under your belt now. What do you think are the traits of being a good parent? What does it take to be a good parent to your child?
Being involved. Being there constantly. Just being involved with everything. Being there for his first steps, for his first time crawling. Just involvement in general.
Just being there and not relying on other now,
people.
you are a single parent, correct?
Correct.
How have you been able to deal with that? Do you have a lot of support? Are you on your own as far as other family or friends support? How is that working?
Support. I have a lot of support. Right now, his babysitter is my brother.
Oh,
So,
cool.
I have a lot of family support, a lot of friends support. My coworkers, they support me.
Awesome. So it really does, it does take a village,
Yes.
right?
It
to
takes a
raise a
village.
child. It takes a whole village. So speaking of that, there's a lot of things going on, within not only our community, but abroad, with the lives of African American males and the concerns that revolve around police force and things like that. And now that you have a son, an African American son, what are your concerns regarding that? How do you see yourself preparing your son for the world that we live in today?
Educating him on what's going on now and what possibly can go on in the future. So education is really, really big. And then preparing myself for anything, because you may never know what comes. You can be here today and be gone tomorrow.
Right.
So preparing and educating is the big factors that I think I'm going to stick forward with.
Yeah, and I think the education is so important, but also, like you said, the preparation, because a lot of times those are hard conversations to have. And although your son is Hassan, right? He's only 8 months old, but at some point he's going to be 10.
Right.
He's going to be 12. He's going to be 15. And these are conversations that you have to have. So what advice would you give to mothers who may be expecting, especially single African American mothers who may be expecting or who may have a newborn and have fears and worries
about the community or the world that we live in today, what advice would you give to them?
Ask questions. Ask anyone. We have the Reduction of African American Child Death here, the incubator here. Come and ask questions. It's never hard to just ask. If you don't know something or if you need to prepare yourself, just ask. Everybody has that fear on, oh, I don't want to ask this question, I don't want to ask that question. Just ask.
Yeah.
It's never a wrong question and never a wrong answer.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you love most about your son?
He's a happy baby. Like,
Aww.
no matter what, he is excited. If he sees a new face, he's like, come, let me get you. Come here, come here, come here. He's very excited. He's a happy and jolly, always smiling.
That's
and I just
awesome.
love it.
Yeah, that's so cute. And hopefully he remains that way, because then they get terrible twos, and that's a whole nother story. So that's awesome that he's a happy baby. And as far as, being a single parent, which says a lot about you too, because if you have a happy baby, a lot of times single parents are stressed, and because you have the support and you're able to create that positive environment for Hassan. But with that, as parents, we all have challenges, right? So what would you say is one of the biggest challenges that you found so far being a single mother?
One of my biggest challenges was finding reliable babysitter. Finding that person that would watch him every day at the same time.
Yeah.
Just finding that one person that's like, yeah, I'll watch him, no problem. That's the hardest, being a single parent and trying to get back into the workforce.
Yeah. Then I can only imagine too, because they're so small.
Yeah.
They can't talk to you. They can't let you know. But I'm pretty sure you're thankful you have your brother. So
yeah, now that he's on board.
It took him a minute to get up on it. Well, he got on board, so that's awesome.